This is the JTV Caribbean News segment. Chairman of the Sugar Association of the Caribbean, Carl James, says despite the problems facing the local sugar industry, he is confident that Jamaica will be able to meet its local, regional, and international sugar obligations. James says Jamaica has until the end of September to supply 12,570 tons of sugar to the U.S. James says after meeting its local quota of some 50,000 tons, Jamaica will be able to sell some sugar to CARICOM.
We may not end up exactly where we had planned to end, but we figure that we can do the U.S. quota, domestic quota, and do a good part of CARICOM Plus. So we are making adjustments based on all the different developments in the sugar industry. We are making adjustments.
The National Union of Public Workers, NUPW, and Grantley Adams International Airport, GAIA Incorporated, appear to be adopting a different approach to their row over a 3.5% pay increase for 2011. Barbados Minister of Labour, Dr. Esther Bayasuku, has upheld the airport's position that it did not owe the money, since the increase was taken off the table at a meeting with Prime Minister Frendell Stewart in December 2010, a position Stewart repeated recently. However, Minister of Tourism and International Transport, Richard Seeley, told Barbados Today that both parties were engaged in active negotiation with a view to finding a satisfactory resolution. Seeley did not provide details of the talks. However, the NUPW appeared to have conceded defeat on the issue when General Secretary Rosalind Smith wrote the airport authority demanding a 4% increase for 2011. The NUPW, which has engineered work stoppages at the airport over the contentious demand, has publicly maintained it would continue to press for the increase. The ruling St. Lucia Labour Party took its activities to the beach on Sunday, April 17th, where the party held a bash at the Sandy Beach in Vieux Fort. The event included traditional games and was an opportunity for constituents, particularly the youth, to engage parliamentary representatives and candidates in a social setting. Alison Kentish of HTS News Force has more in this report.
St. Lucia Labour Party representatives say the party's Grand Beach Day in the South was a huge success. Party members, supporters and their families from across the island converged at the Sandy Beach in Vieux Fort for the day's activities. It was a grassroots event that took supporters away from the regular campaign trail to a setting of fun and games.
About the role of the young people in the election campaign. It also provides us with an opportunity to mingle with each other, to participate in a competitive but fun way in a number of activities such as football, dominoes. There are some other fun activities happening here as well, and I'm very pleased so far with the turnout. I know that there are a lot of constituencies on their way, but I'm particularly pleased that our young people will get an opportunity to interact with the candidates, to speak with them, to share their views with them, to participate in fun activities with them, because the Labour Party is more than a family, more than a party. We are a family that share the same ideals, and we want people to feel that they are connected and there is an opportunity for two-way communication as opposed to what usually happens from a political platform.
Pierre Emmanuel says participation in the day's activities, particularly among the youth, exceeded expectations.
Constituencies actually registered teams to participate in the activities, and some of the activities are actually oversubscribed. So it is very nice that we have gotten a response from across the island. We have had the sack race, we have had the bun eaten, there is a greasy pole, which is always a crowd pleaser, and so it is very exciting to see how this one is going to turn out. We have domino competition happening as well. There are 2 football competitions because of the number of teams registering in the south. There is a separate competition for those in the south and one that incorporates all of the other constituencies as well. Cricket will be there, and I think the beautiful thing about it is that we're expecting our candidates to participate in some of these activities as well. So it's a fun day. It's a day that is going to put a lot of our talents and our energy on display today, and I think at the end of the day we'll be very pleased that there was maximum participation from across the island, not just an activity for Vieux Fort or the south, but an activity that brings all of us together.
Sunday provided a break from the hustings, but the party moves right back into campaign mode with its launches and public meetings. On Sunday, John Charlery will be officially launched as the party's candidate for Castries North.
A host of West Indies legends, including Gary Sobers, Viv Richards, Wes Hall, and Andy Roberts, have called on the West Indies Cricket Board to dissolve the board, in line with the CARICOM Cricket Review Panel's recommendation, and appoint an interim committee as part of the structural reforms that would enable the region's cricket to develop and flourish. On April 14th in Grenada, converging under the umbrella banner of cricket legends, Sobers and company met with Grenada Prime Minister Keith Mitchell, chairman of the Prime Ministerial Committee on the Governance of West Indies Cricket, which appointed the review panel in the wake of the crisis that emerged in the wake of West Indies' withdrawal from India's tour in October 2014. Tearing into the WICB with the same vigor that they reserved for their opponents in their playing days, the legends decried the board's oligarchic structure, which has remained unchanged in attitude and structure for the past 7 decades. Also present at the meeting were other former West Indies players: all-rounder Roger Harper, fast bowler Charlie Griffith, wicketkeeper Derek Murray, who was also a member of the CARICOM review panel, leg spinner Dinat Ramnarine, who was previously the president of the West Indies Players Association, and opening batsman Desmond Haynes. Rudy Webster, who was the team manager during Clive Lloyd's time and worked as a psychologist with current World T20 winning captain Darren Sammy, were invited as guests. That's it for the JTV Caribbean News segment. And coming up next on JTV News, business activity at Crafts Alive Village is reportedly slow, and Tola Race Wars encourages Elmo Stout High School students to use the roads the right way.